Hello everyone. So today we have Shubhi Jain with us. Shubhi is a fashion and lifestyle influencer, founder of a skincare brand Me Time Aromas. She is a digital marketing analyst operating a self-hosted blog and fashion and lifestyle, collaborating with over 300 brands. She has been featured in Outlook magazine as rising creator in fashion and lifestyle and has been included in the top 10 creators list in renowned online publications. She has also worked with various brands such as Health and Glow, Wed Me Good, Myrtle, and more, handling their official blogs and social media pages. She started her career as an analyst and then progressed her way with senior position in IBM, TCS, Goldman Sachs, ENY, and now to being a full-time influencer and a D2C founder. Hello, Shubhi. Welcome to the podcast. I'm so glad you came in.
Hi, Sushank. Thank you for having me, and that was such a lovely introduction.
Yes. So, Shubhi, you are clearly not among the millennials who are born into the internet, born into the social media and Instagram now. Okay, for whom it's very easy to create content. You are late 80s kid, and you went through a regular route of BBA, then MBA, and then joining corporate,
Mm-hmm.
and then spending good time working with the companies as an associate, as a team leader, as a financial analyst, and you held senior positions in these big consultancies, and then you chose the route to become a fashion influencer. So tell us how. So you have clearly seen both sides of the table, and not every young kid has or young influencer has. So
Yes.
tell us what really inspired you to do this, and how do you see this transition in your career from corporate to an influencer? Because clearly when we were young, we didn't had these kind of opportunities available to be an influencer.
That's true. Yeah.
So how did this transition happen?
Okay, so it was never in the books, to be honest. Like, I never had this planned up. Look, in the beginning, I did my MBA like a regular, you know, girl from India. Like, I did my MBA in finance and banking, and I joined an IT company, and then I started switching jobs and working in the corporate. So I had no plans to transition, first of all, that to a fashion industry, not at all. Like, I had no plans. But suddenly, like when I was working with Ernst and Young, I decided to take a small break in between to join another corporate company. So just say I thought of taking a couple of months break after working for so long. So during that time, it occurred to me that fashion is something I had always liked, even though I didn't get the chance to, you know, pursue something in it or actually wear good clothes, because when I was younger I was in a township and didn't have many resources in the township to buy things, and that was a different era. There was no e-commerce website, no online shopping, so I
Where
always
did you grow up?
I grew up in a place called Bakund. It's called Century Cement Industry. So it was a Birla's concern, and they had a small township near the city Raipur, Chhattisgarh.
Okay.
So yeah, that was around 70 kilometers away from Raipur. So it was not a city, it was a small township.
Okay.
I was there till I was 17, and then I went to my college, which was in Jaipur. It's called Vanasthali University. So
Yes.
there we had some dress codes, like we used to wear khadi and particular dressing style, like kurtis and stuff. So never really thought that I'll ever be going into fashion because I was not exposed to it. Though I always seem to like it, but I never got exposure into it. So when I got that small break back in 2018 to think what I want to do in the future, I started, improving my lifestyle by eating healthy, working out, and just trying to have some styling, like improving my
They
styling also.
started during your bursary days.
No, not at that time. Also, we had very limited resources.
Okay, okay, okay,
We
okay,
were
okay.
in that campus. We were, we didn't have any shopping malls and stuff, right? So that started much later. I had already worked in the corporate for almost 5 years by then.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I used to shop a little and then just but I also had restrictions at that time because I was working in corporate, so you have dress codes there. And when you go to office, like I think you spend most of your time in office itself. So we had like strict formals at that time. This started much later in 2018, and it was also because a lot of people used to ask me. I never really spent a lot of money or my efforts in dressing up, but I used to get questions like, "Where did you buy it from? This combination looks good." Or shall I combine it with this color? Like I used to get these. So I thought maybe probably my dressing sense is good, which I'm not aware of, and so that's why people are coming to me and asking these questions. So just out of my interest, I started a blog. So it was not back then in 2018 also, Instagram was very new. So we didn't have reels and influencers and all these terminologies. We had those self-hosted blogs, if you remember, like your own blog, and you have the long blog posts and stuff.
Powered by Blogger, most of them. Google's
Yes.
Blogger, yes.
Yes, so I started my self-hosted blog out of my interest. Let's just take a small break and let's start this blog. And I used to write these long articles about styling some pieces and combining this and that, and theme-based like monsoon lookbook and winter lookbook and stuff. And I started getting good readership. People started messaging me, and a lot of women, like my childhood friends, people from my township, and a lot of other girls, they reconnected to me through that blog. Like it was like surprisingly a hit. They started talking about me. But that was a very tricky time because Instagram was kind of rising at that time, and people were moving from reading blogs to watching, static images or short form content. They were not really reading long blogs. So I realized it after an year or so that I can't be doing this. I mean, this is not something where I can collaborate with brands or people are gonna read after a certain time. So eventually, I also transitioned to Instagram and started posting content there.
And when did you thought of leaving your full-time job and adopting this thing full-time? Because
Yeah,
it's a very big step the way anyone sees it.
it is. It is certainly. I had no plans to leave corporate. This was just a break, and I was doing something which I liked as a hobby. I never did. I didn't even know if this is something which can be monetized. So when I was creating content, I was also applying to the jobs, and I was getting calls. I was getting calls. I was getting offers. So I think at that point in time, I realized that if I joined the corporate or a company again, I could not see myself doing that forever. Like I knew that even that had to end. If I go back to the corporate again, maybe after not now, after 5 years, I'll again, feel like coming back to something which I want to do, like something maybe in art or fashion or I couldn't be a corporate employee for very long. So I thought probably this is the time I take a call and I take a decision and do something and grow this up. So there was a very sudden kind of, there was no plan, but during that break, it occurred to me that this is something which I can work on and also start some business later. Let me just give it a try. That's what I thought at that time.
And you were making money from this when you
I
left?
was, no, I wasn't like, this is what I want to tell everyone who is planning to leave their job and, start blogging on influencing. It doesn't pay you. First of all, it doesn't pay you instantly. You need to put a lot of efforts and years sometimes to, start monetizing it. But I was earning, not through blog at all, but I was earning through content writing. I started, since I had always been working, I was feeling, very poor that, I'm not earning anything. So I started freelancing. I contacted companies. At that time also, I think this Upwork and all started coming to India. So I made my profile, and also on Facebook, I used to post these, my skill sets and all in Facebook groups, like startup groups and all, to for the companies to notice me. And I started getting these small assignments on
So you were
finance.
making money through your side hustle
I was
and
making money.
doing developing your strength as an influencer, fashion influencer.
I was, yeah, I was probably earning just half of what I was earning in the corporate. Being, to be honest, because don't if you are if somebody is dependent on you and you are the primary earner, I think it may not be a good idea to completely leave your job and start as an influencer, because it
So
doesn't pay
for
you.
so for any new person, how much time does it really takes to, so person can earn decent from this? So let's just talk about being a fashion influencer.
Right,
So if a new girl, someone who has a good fashion sense, if she
right,
decides to, jump into this,
right, right.
then what all she needs to be prepared for? How
Mhm.
much time does it take before she really starts making good money? And is it necessary to have some kind of corporate or startup exposure, or one can just start their career from being a fashion influencer? Because there are a lot of people who are very good with fashion sense.
Mhm.
People can even spot them in school that some people are very stylo.
Correct, yeah.
Yes. So what would be your advice to them, that should they directly jump into being a fashion influencer, or they should just get some experience before?
So, no, I would say the corporate experience didn't help me. If I see it this way, I completely entered into a new industry. So Instagram, and then did digital marketing, and then content creation, video editing. I didn't do all these things in the corporate. The only thing which helped me by working in the corporate is the kind of exposure that I got, the confidence, the community that I built over there, my friends. And yeah, I mean, probably you get more confident when you step out of your home and go to work, right? So I think that's something I can mention. But apart from it, my work was completely different. I was into like I was into analyzing using Excel and all those tools, and here I was editing a video, shooting a fashion video, right? So anyone, like even somebody who has done just completed their graduation, they can start with creating content. And in fact, in the beginning, don't invest much, I would say. Like, don't buy expensive cameras and gadgets in the beginning itself if you cannot afford, right? Do it gradually, because without that also you can create great content. I mean, it's just about your idea and your execution and kind of creativity that you have. You don't need expensive things in the beginning. You can invest it, you earn something and then reinvest it later.
So let us take it this way. So there is this 23 or 21-year-old girl who just completed her graduation and she wants to become a fashion influencer. She has good sense of fashion,
Right.
but then what should be the steps she should follow to start with? I mean, she hasn't posted anything on Instagram yet
Correct.
because she has her family and all, and now she'll be probably creating a new Instagram account and she'll be just pursuing it as a career.
Correct.
So what should be the first steps she should take?
Okay, so I think in today's era, it's a little more challenging because there are so many content creators. Like, if you see, even in the fashion genre, you have so many girls creating amazing content, great quality content. So first, you need to figure out what is the niche or the sub niche that you want to target to. For example, if you want to create fashion content and you're good with ethnic wear, so just start with, the focus should be on the ethnic wear, because you're good at it and you have like a lot of good collection. In that case, I think I would say first start with an introduction video, which I didn't do because I think I figured it out much later. A lot of people, they want to know you. They just don't want to look at your fashion sense and dresses. You need to make your own brand. You are a brand, not your clothes. So make an introduction video, tell about yourself, some fun fact, what you have been doing all these years. No, don't make it boring. Don't make it sound like a job interview. Just tell some fun thing about you, and what kind of value are you gonna give to your viewers. So value in the sense, people, they don't come to you to feel insecure or look at your expensive stuff and feel, oh, I don't have it. That kind of content it makes no sense. So you need to teach them something, right? Like, for example, I don't know how to style a long skirt. So if I Google and find somebody making some good options to style a long skirt, so I'll it is going to give me some value. Okay, fine, I don't have to buy something new. I can maybe pair up this top with this skirt, and it was helpful, right? So this is something we should focus on: giving value, creating great content, and not just showing off stuffs. I mean, that should not be the goal of your content. And I think
Nice.
having a sub niche helps, because fashion content is everywhere. So you need to pick one niche which you think you can do good in.
So, will it not confine, and will the person find enough content in a sub niche? Will the person not fall out of content ideas because just one sub niche, and there's whole career to play around?
Yeah, I think it makes sense, but to start with, maybe.
Okay.
So
So
sometimes the thing
to get
is,
initial
whenever,
traction, it's important. It is important.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
And where to
because
put this introduction video that you mentioned? Where should the person put this video?
so nowadays, I think on Instagram, Reels is everything. People are
Hmm.
watching only short form content, that too videos, and that too videos less than 10 seconds. I mean, we have such short attention span that we are just scrolling after 6 7 seconds, right? So make short videos and make it on in the reel format. So that's gonna give you a lot of visibility and traction.
So step one should be to make an introduction video, and then step two is, I mean, parallelly, one should know the sub niche and create short format content on that particular sub niche to attract a kind of an audience.
Yes, yes. It should not be more than 10 seconds, because that's what I've been noticing. Whenever I create 30-second video or a longer video, people they lose interest after some time. If you look at the graph also, the analytics that Instagram shows you, we all have very short attention span nowadays. So you need to be quick in covering whatever the information you are showing up within 10 seconds. So that's gonna help.
Okay, all right. Um, what next after the person has identified the sub niche? What is the next step?
Okay, I think I should mention this, which I probably missed out on mentioning. So suppose you want to launch your blog on Monday. Say today is Wednesday. You want to launch a blog on Monday, right? So till Monday, you have at least 3 to 4 videos. Minimum. That's the minimum videos you should have ready with you,
Okay.
shot and edited and everything with the caption and everything, right? Or if you have more the merrier, but just make a goal of 4 videos and then post those videos with a certain duration. For example, you post it today, then post it again on the alternate day, the similar time. Suppose if you post it at 3 p.m. today, take a day's gap, then post it on 3 p.m. the other day. So that way you'll have a schedule. Even Insta will recognize that you're posting content consistently, and that will help you push the algorithm properly, right? So that's something you can target on, and also um, keep creating content in between. So when you are posting, also keep creating content constantly so that you can keep posting. So try to post 4 to 5 videos in a week, if not at least 3 videos in a week.
3 videos in a week, less than 10 seconds, and consistently at the same time slot, if
Yes,
possible.
yes, that's true. And eventually, on the way, you'll figure out your best timing to post. If you look at the analytics later, you'll see that at what time is your audience the most active. So you can choose that time slot and experiment a little bit, because I think the algorithm is very tricky. It keeps changing. So I can't be very sure, but you can figure it out later. For now, be consistent with your videos. And eventually, when you have 12 videos ready, then you can also move to the carousel posts. Carousel posts also work well.
Okay. Uh, so there are only pictures in Carousel Post, or there are videos also in Carousel Post?
There can be videos in the carousel posts. So carousel posts are those with multiple
Yes, images or content.
images.
Yes.
Yes, so videos are also can also be there. They'll just be in the 1:1 format. And usually when we use carousels for sharing some information, when we have pointers, suppose four stores, four of my favorite brands. So maybe I can put one slide with one brand and their
And it
introduction.
could be either the picture or the video.
Video, yes, both.
Okay, nice. And how much time it generally takes to create a 10 seconds piece of content?
Don't even get me started on that, because it it looks very quick. It looks very
I have been
efficient.
seeing your post and I really see the kind of effort you put in. So many shots you take, one after the other. So that's why I'm asking, because even my team was just appreciating your content. So the question is,
Yeah.
how much time really it takes to create such
It
content?
it takes quite quite a while, especially when you have a theme based. So if let me take an example of a brand requirement. So brand wants me to shoot in a certain way. They want me to capture their dress from the close up shots, from the back, from the side, or they want me to shoot in a daytime in the outside and at home as well. Like they have some certain requirements. So we and I shoot my own content most of the time. I use my tripod and shoot my own content. So setting up the camera, the right angle, the right lighting, and getting ready. And sometimes you have to reshoot as well. So it takes, say, 3 to 4 hours it takes to shoot a
Oh my
video.
God, 10
And
seconds
then
video.
yeah, that I mean, that's I think that's a maximum. Sometimes it takes even quicker. Like, but still, I think an hour or two minimum. And
Okay.
then it takes quite a while to edit also, because you need to bring those 5 6 minutes of video to, say, 10 seconds or 15 seconds, right? So you need to cut and like edit.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So now quickly I'll ask you, and then we'll move to the next section. What minimum equipment would one require to shoot these videos, and any tips on softwares that people can use, simple softwares, free softwares people can use to edit the videos and create content.
Right, right. So for I think the minimum investment that you require
Equipment,
would be like,
equipment first. Be. I mean, is the DSLR important, or a good mobile phone would do to
no,
start with?
DSLR is not required, because and it's not too practical also. You may use it at home, but what if you're going outside and to
Yes.
cover, right, a lot of things. It's
So
not
what
very
minimum
practical.
phone configuration would do? Can a person start with a 10K mobile phone, or slightly better would be or
Yes, why
20K?
not? Yeah, 10K would be amazing if you're doing using it properly. So a lot of people, what they do is, the biggest mistake they make is they use the front camera, which I had been doing for very long. So when you use front camera, the first of all, the video quality is really bad. I mean, it filters out everything, and you can't capture details in it. So just use the back camera. For that, you need a tripod. So invest in a tripod. And I think a lot of cheaper options are available. Like, I mean, inexpensive options are available on Amazon. So you'll get it for, I think, under 1K or something, the basic ones. So invest in that, use the back camera, and you have some manual settings also. I think it's quite a long discussion on the manual settings. Maybe I'll come to it later, but you can use any regular phone to create content in the beginning. And for the ring light, I would say, if you have good daylight, if you're living in a tropical region, if you have good daylight, there's nothing better than that. The people like us, like I have 3 ring lights, I still would like to shoot in the daylight. There's nothing better than a good daylight and greenery and stuff. So I think that's the best.
And on softwares, what softwares would you recommend to edit the videos to beginners?
Okay, so I use InShot for the editing. And I have tried a few more, but I think InShot is the best. It's I have the premium version, but if you don't want to buy it, even the basic version has a lot of transitions and green screen and everything. If you want to edit if you want to make nice creatives like the cover pages and stuff, then I use Canva, because Canva already has good templates, so you can try that out. And for your images, sometimes we also add images in our videos. So to edit those, I use Lightroom. Lightroom is also free. I mean, there's a lot of options in free version. You don't have to buy. So all three, you can use the free versions and can create great content.
Nice. In shorts, Canva, Lightroom.
Right.
Great. Now moving over to the next section.
Mhm.
Um, so after the person has started creating the content,
Yeah.
they have identified their sub niche, and they have been, they have their hands on editing and creating content. Um, how do when does this chapter of brands comes into the play? The most something which people really look forward to, brand collaborations.
Right.
So at what point can one say that, okay, I'm an influencer now? So what number of followers? And before that, I want to know, is there any other platform which is playing out in India, or it's just Instagram right now for fashion influencers?
So majorly it's Instagram and there's this YouTube, but YouTube is completely like the
Long
algorithm.
format, educational type, more of educational stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely different. And I think shorts are there, but shorts are not as popular as reels. And people, you don't have a
I'll
lot
tell
of.
you my experience with it.
Mhm.
I'm a YouTuber, so I just created an Instagram account just because my brand is there, and just to check other other brands, and just to be updated on how Instagram works, because my target market is also on Instagram. I never had an Instagram account.
Okay.
I have been I've been into YouTube only. I'm a YouTube head in a way. I consume a lot of YouTube shorts also. So
Mhm.
what I have seen is that people who so there are two kinds of people. Either they love YouTube, then they would also love YouTube shorts,
Mhm.
or there are Instagrammers and they just love Instagram.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that could be true actually. I because my husband is completely on YouTube and Shorts, and
yes.
I am on Reels. So yeah, I think there are two kind of people. That's for sure. True.
So okay, now coming over to this part, what minimum followers are required for brands to come in?
It's quite tricky. It has changed over the years, and I mean it's quite tricky to explain. But a lot of brands they do look at your followers for sure. That's the first criteria for some brands. And because of that, a lot of people, a good majority of people end up buying followers because it's so easy to get followers like nowadays. If you see a lot of accounts, they have these uh, two posts and 10K followers, five posts and 15K followers, right?
Yes, and even when we were working with our on an Instagram handle, we used to see that there are good brands who have 10 20K followers. When they post, they just get 5 10 likes on them, and I was
Yeah, so
like, how is it? Why is this happening? Even we get more likes, and we have so many people in our team to give us 10 20 likes. So
exactly.
yeah, that is when even I discovered that people just have fake followers.
They do have, and I think that's the biggest um, these the engagement is the biggest proof. If they are as you said, they have so many followers and they're getting just 5 likes in a post, so it's giving it away, right, that they have done something. So for the people who are starting out, don't get tempted. You will feel tempted that I need to work with brands, so let me just buy it. For what difference will it make? But don't do that. I think take some time to grow organically. Nowadays it's much more tougher and challenging to grow organically because there's so much content floating around that yours may not get noticed in the beginning, but if you create amazing content and have some promotional strategies, then it will definitely get noticed. So um, I would say followers matter, but also your engagement rate matters. Get good comments, likes, shares, all these contribute to the engagement rate that brands look at.
And what is the way to get organic followers? Just creating consistent content 3 to 4 times a week. Is that the only way out? And being very
That's
creative with your content strategy in your sub niche. Is that the
that's
only effort that one needs to make?
Not really, because I tried that too. That's so that was something I told you to do in the beginning, like say do it for a month or so, and try to share your content on different platforms. Share it with your friends, share it on different groups, share it on WhatsApp stories or say Facebook stories. Like you need to bring people from different platforms to your
From
page.
your organic reach, from your friends and relatives.
Yeah, you need to ask them to share it further. And the other good way is to have Instagram ads, but I think that's again quite tricky, so don't want to
No,
put.
but we would like to know more about how new age influencers who can afford some money.
Uh, right.
What is the right way to through Instagram itself, through ads, how can what should be the strategy, what should be the initial budget? Suppose if one has 20 30K 50,000 or a lakh rupees, one can put in the ads. And what do you think is the right way, and in what phase one should put this kind of money in the advertisements?
So it again depends. Like I have not really done it for so long, but I might have tried it in some time, for some time, maybe a week or so. But then if somebody actually has a good budget and wants to run ads, then probably first have a lot of content on your page to begin with. Because if somebody is clicking on your ad and coming to you and seeing just three posts, there's it's quite less likely that they're going to follow you. So have at least say 20 30 posts with good value, where you are actually giving them something to learn
And
first.
I haven't seen, so I don't do Instagram much, but I haven't seen any ad of any creator as of now. I do see a lot of ads since I'm into, D2C and e-commerce, so I do get a lot of ads of these e-commerce courses, these AI courses and all. So, but I haven't seen really, ads. Maybe I don't even consume that kind of content. My content is also
Okay.
educational,
Because
maybe.
I have seen a lot of content creators running ads. So
Yes.
they have
Instagram
this.
knows what you want to see.
Yeah,
And
yeah, could be, or what you look
okay.
for, or what kind of
Yes.
page do you have? They show
Yes.
you the
Yes.
similar
Yes.
pages, right?
Nice. Okay. So coming over to brand collaborations, at what time in his Instagram journey will one see this brand collaborations coming in? What number of followers minimum? Yes, because I think money only comes from there. And also, what all are the sources for an influencer in Instagram to make money? Is the brand collaborations the only way?
Yeah, that's the primary way, because unlike YouTube, Instagram is not paying for the number of clicks on ads, or they don't have this concept yet, right? Instagram is not directly paying you
Like
for the
YouTube
content.
pays.
YouTube pays. So that's a good thing about it. But here you only majorly earn from your brand collaborations. And I think yeah, I mean, a lot of opportunities open up for you. I mean, in different forms. Like for me, lot of other type, like sometimes you have this UGC content, user generated content. That's again a completely different thing, where brands want you to create some regular content for their review video, so they reach out to you, so you have different doors opening up once you get into it. But I'll just stick to this Instagram content. So there's no specific number of followers that you require, but I think to begin with, 1,000 followers seem like a
Okay.
decent
So
to begin.
people can approach you for collaborations when you have approx 1,000 followers, 1,000
Yes,
plus.
yes, because I started collaborating when I had 1,000 followers. After that, there was no looking back. So,
Okay.
1,000 followers is something we should target, but it's not the only criteria, because we
Engagement
have,
is one.
yeah, we have two kind of collaborations. So one is paid collaborations, where they obviously pay you for the content that you create, and there's something called as barter collaboration. So in barter, they send you some products, you demonstrate them, and you create some content, and then you can keep those products with you. So if you look around, you get a lot of skincare and makeup products in barter. I mean, those companies, they mostly reach out to these small creators in barter, because they accept it, like they are fine working on barter. So maybe you can work on barter with these brands and build your profile, and then later shift to the paid content, because that's how I started. When I started collaborating, I was not getting paid for the content I created. I used to get products, but then it
So
also
that
led.
starts happening by itself. Do these brands find you on Instagram, or one needs to approach to these brands that okay, you are a creator, and how does this happen?
Okay, so there
After
are
one has,
different.
suppose after one has because I think 2 to 3 thousand followers, people can just push up to their reach out to their college network, school network, and relatives, and some organic. So suppose a person has 2 to 3 thousand followers, then how does so will the brands automatically reach out to the person?
They do, but at a very later stage. Initially, you need to, like there are some influencer marketing platforms which you can join. Like we had when I was starting out, there was something called as Plixo. So they required 1,000 followers, and then you could be on their platform, and they had campaigns posted up there, so you could apply to them and work with them. But nowadays, you have much more. Like that Plixo got rebranded as Good Creator Co, and then you have this Free Scout, and then you have much more, like many more platforms are there which you can utilize to create your profile, and you have all the options to fill up your Instagram page, your reach, your engagement rate, etc. And then they post the campaigns there, you apply to them, they reach out to you, you have all the terms also mentioned, if it is a paid one, how much money will you get, and the product that you'll get. So yeah, I mean, I think
So,
you
so
should.
one just needs to put up their details. First, one has to identify what. So they have. I think. Do you have a bouquet of brands and collaborations, and you have to just select yours, and you have to fill the form, and that would be yours. Is it how it works?
Yeah, so you have created your profile. Say on a platform you have created your profile with all the details of your profile and the kind of brands you would like to work with, your niche and your engagement rate.
Hmm.
So they have a dashboard where you'll be able to see the relevant collaborations for your profile. So it will automatically be there. Like say 6 collaborations are there, and you
Hmm.
have all the terms mentioned. So if you want to work with 2 of them, just apply to them. The brand will look at it and accept it, and
Okay.
you can start from
Nice.
there. So this was not there a few years back, like, and it's getting much more streamlined at this point of time. At that like back then we used to fill like long forms and speak on the calls and
Okay. So once again, for our audience, please tell us again, कौन कौन से ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म्स है जहाँ पे माइक्रो इन्फ्लुएंसर्स 1 to 5,000 या इवन मोर अपने आप को रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं,
so
जो भी
there are
आपकी नॉलेज में हो?
right, there are many of them, but to begin with you can go to Good Creator Co.
हम्म,
This someone called as Malini Agrawal.
हम्म,
She's into media and she used to interview celebrities earlier, but now
हम्म,
she has started this influencer marketing platform. So
ओके,
Good Creator Co. They give opportunities to both micro and macro creators. So you can
हम्म,
start with that. And
हम्म,
there is something called as Free Scout. Free Scout is also a
ओके,
great platform and they have good collaborations. Then
हम्म,
there is Viral Pitch. So
हम्म,
Viral Pitch, also they have an app, so you can just download that and register yourself. Apart from it, there are some groups on Facebook where you can go to. Like there's a group called Media Movements. So in that you have both PRs, brands, and influencers. So you have a lot of requirements for the influencers for campaigns. And there are some if you're an influencer, you can also post your profile there, and if some brands they find it relevant, they'll reach out to you. So you have a lot of such platforms to
नाइस.
yes,
तो
yeah.
अब हम आते हैं कि कितने फॉलोअर्स तक बार्टर डील होती है, आइडली पेमेंट कहाँ से स्टार्ट होती है. आई रियली अंडरस्टैंड कि इसका कोई क्लियर कट नहीं हो सकता है. ये तो
Yeah.
डिपेंड करता है, अगर कोई बड़ा इन्फ्लुएंसर है एंड इवन इफ शी wants a brand in her portfolio, so she may go for a deal, barter deal.
Exactly.
But still, is there any rough figures would you like to tell? Ki, okay, after this, one influencer is eligible for asking for money, and again, how much money in how many followers?
Okay, so this industry is still not streamlined that way when it comes to compensation or charges, or it's quite I mean messy still. No one knows what exactly should be the right charge for a real video, and I mean I can't really help you with the figures, but I can certainly tell you that you need to have a goal to move on to paid collaborations as quickly from the barter ones, because if you get stuck in that barter loop, everyone, all the PRs and everyone will try to convince you to do barter deals. Because I mean, a lot of people still who have no value in their content, who are just buying followers and creating very random content, they agree on working on barter. They keep working on barter for years. So that should be a goal. Work on the barter in the beginning because it's necessary to build your profile. Say, I can't even tell you the timeline because it all depends on your growth. How quickly are you growing? But I would say if you have, say, worked with 10, 15 brands on barter deal and you have more than 1,000 followers, start asking for commercials. Like, just there's no harm in asking. So maybe start with saying I charge 1,000 rupees for a real video. I'm just giving an example. It may not work for you, but I think there's no harm in trying. You can just tell them that maybe don't send me a huge media kit or a PR kit. Just give me one product to demonstrate, and I'll charge 1,000 rupees because I work on because I create great content. So yeah, your content should be good. I think that's the primary thing. Your reach should be good. Your engagement rate as in your likes, comments, shares, everything should be good. So brands will definitely look at these before paying you. They will not just pay you if you ask for something. But yeah, please start asking for money. Don't keep working on barter. And this another thing which I wanted to highlight, which happens to a lot of new influencers or content creators, is that they are asked money to work with the brands. Like,
Influencers ask money?
yes, I think it happens in jobs also. It's like a scam that people will come to you. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, it's everywhere, right? So they come to you, uh, portraying themselves as some brand, and they tell you that, if you pay 1,000 rupees, we'll feature you on our page and we'll collaborate. You have the opportunity to collaborate with this huge makeup brand or an apparel brand. So don't fall into that. Never ever pay any money to any brand or any PR, because that's
Nice.
not gonna work. That's a scam. In either case, either you're given some product or you're paid some money, but no one will ask you to pay something from your end. So it's,
Yes, that's
yeah.
a nice piece of advice for our audience. Great. So you mentioned two things, PR kit and media kit. So, influencers can ask not to provide them these, but some money. What are these PR kits and media kits, and what does it consist of when a brand sends you this?
Okay, so suppose if there's a makeup brand, right? So sometimes they have new launches or some seasonal products that come in. So influencers are the primary people they send those products to before actually launching them into the market, because they want them to showcase their products or try out their products before actually giving to the customers, right? So we as influencers, we end up getting a lot of PR kits, which can, like, they most of them, the PR kits have their best sellers, 6, 7 bestsellers or something like that. So you
So it
can
really
try them out.
costs to the brand? It has a good
Yeah,
cost attached to it for a brand?
yes, it does. So 2 to 3K is the average cost that they bear. I mean, the selling price, I would say. I don't know
Mhm.
about the cost, but that's the market
Mhm.
price of that product that they send us to. So
Mhm.
in the beginning, I mean, you should be okay with just the products. Like, you cannot be very demanding in terms of commercials or compensation. But later, if you're creating good content and putting in efforts, you deserve money also. You can't really eat those makeup products that you deserve money. So you can maybe demand it. But in the beginning, I would say 20, 30 videos, don't expect to be paid.
Hmm. Nice, nice. Okay. Uh, so generally, it takes a lot of money to live your life now. You're in Bangalore, in metros, it takes 2 to 3 lakhs, even more per month.
Yeah,
Minimum, I think 1.5 to 2 lakhs is something you need to survive in such a city.
correct.
Um, how easy it is to make, and how much time will it take for a beginner to earn this kind of money doing being a fashion influencer?
Okay, so it's
And
again
where,
totally.
and just to complete the question, where the major money will come from? Will it comes directly through the brands?
Yeah, I would say yes. It directly comes from the brands, and there are other ways also for sure. Like, suppose if you have started collaborating with brands now, so I mean, you can't expect that 2 or 3 brands are gonna pay you that much money. Like, nobody will pay you 50K for a piece of content, right? So you need to target quantity also. I mean, the more brands you work with, the more you'll earn in a month. That's one thing. And there is something called as affiliate marketing that you can go for. So Amazon have their own influence. Sorry, my bad. Amazon has their own affiliate program which you can register in, and you can share your unique link with the products that you want to recommend to people. And if somebody purchases something from that, they have good percentage of commission that you can get from that. And likewise, you have many other platforms
So,
nowadays.
so you have to, so one has to buy from Amazon first and then make a video out of it and then give her affiliate link and then they will buy. So, is it so first purchase will have to be done by the influencer itself? Is
Not
that how it
necessarily.
works?
I mean, that's gonna help you with a great content, that if you're actually showing up and using that product. But if you don't want to, because you can't always keep buying so
Mm-hmm.
many things, so you can just recommend, like, you've seen something, you've stumbled upon something, but you don't need it, and it looks good, you want to recommend. Suppose you want to recommend some kitchen products, like
Mm-hmm.
5 kitchen products that you can use at your, you can just show them, like, show the
Okay.
website and that link, and
Mm-hmm.
share your unique link. So that's one way. And there's a new platform called Wishlink. I think it launched very recently, and they have these affiliate programs of different brands, like so many brands, you name it, and they have it there. Like, you have, I think, Mintra, Pantaloons, Lifestyle, all these different brands that you can.
How does this work? Wishlink work?
So once you have your profile there, and whatever you like, whatever video you make, suppose if you're wearing a dress from Myntra, and if somebody asks you where do you pick that dress from, so you can you know share the link through Wishlink, that
Mhm.
Myntra link, right? If you embed it there on Wishlink and share that link, you'll get some percentage of commission if that person buys that dress.
Mm.
So yeah, they have this affiliate program for different brands.
So again, if one has to, really monetize on Wishlink, one has to consume the products, or one can virtually show them in their platform and give the embedded link of Wishlink.
They can do both. So many a times, if you're a fashion blogger, you'll definitely buy stuffs to showcase, so that you can embed on wish link and share those links. Apart from that, also if you like something online, it's on your wish list, you've not bought it, you can still share those links. I mean, it's fine. Nobody, like, sometimes people don't even want to see you wearing those. They may like something, and
Mhm.
uh, or if you're good with shopping, like you know where to pick something from, if you have good
Mhm.
eye for these nice offers,
Mhm.
and so you
Mhm.
can just go there and share those pieces with
But
people.
they have to be registered on Wishlink in the first place. Only then it will
Yes,
help you
yes,
out.
Wishlink is one option. Then there is Amazon influencing program,
Mm.
of course, and there are so many more. Like if they go and research, they'll find, and I think there are a lot of more coming up
Tell,
now.
tell
So
me
they're
a few more if you know Wishlink and Amazon affiliate
I
for affiliate
majorly
programs.
I majorly use these, so I'm not really aware of more. But yeah,
Okay.
I see people using much more. I use majorly these two platforms.
Okay. Now, a very you know weird question.
Mhm.
You do so many collaborate with so many brands. So do they flood you with a lot of good fancy clothes all the time? You have coming in these clothes at your house.
Yeah, now they do. So initially, I used to work a lot with the skincare and makeup brands. But then my major niche and interest lied in the apparels, the clothing, brands and all. So now I think from couple of years, yeah, I have a lot of. I've stopped buying clothes, to be honest. I have so many brands sending me these stuffs, and I most of the time I shoot content and gift it to my friends or somebody from the family. So yeah, I mean, can't even store all of them at my house.
You're falling short of space already to keep these clothes now.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, nice. So, um, so we have discussed about the brands and how when they really come in. Now, tell us something about long-term brand deals, because
Mhm.
it's not just one-time thing. Brand gives you something, you show it to them, they may get the value and they may not get the value. So how do these really measure their success with influencers? And then what are these long-term brand deals when brand really have you for a longer time? Tell us about details of these contracts. What are the deliverables?
Okay, so every brand has a different goal. So if some brand just wants orders like sales, they are only focus on sale number of sales. Then they measure your performance on the basis of number of clicks that you had on your unique link. They might give you some unique link that you post it on your stories or somewhere, and then if we get orders or clicks, we'll know that you have a good impact on your audience. That's one
Mhm.
way, but it doesn't happen as often because sometimes people look at the dress and they may go to Google and then find out there and they may buy. So it's not
Hmm.
always accurate. I think majority of the brands, they look at the engagement that you get on your video. So if you're working with a huge brand, there are high chances that they want you to be a collaborator on the reel. Collaborator as in that particular video will show both on your feed and their feed together. Like
Hmm.
like for example, my account should
Get
be
it,
Jan
get it. Hmm.
and say Forever New. So should be Jan and Forever New has shared this video. So it will show, and if so they'll get to know that kind of traction that you're getting, the comments, the engagement, and even I mean they may you know see some impact in sales also for that particular piece of clothing. They
Hmm.
have a look for
Hmm.
on all those factors.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you create great content and getting good attention, then they definitely would like to work with you more in the future. That's how they loop you into the long-term collaboration also.
Okay. Nice. Um, at the peak of their career, for example, if one is in corporate,
Mhm.
they aspire to become CEO, CFO of their companies, CXOs. Um, how does the future looks like in the peak of a career of an influencer? What is it that you will have after you have, you know, suppose you have just got everything that you wanted as an influencer? So how does life looks like at that point?
In terms of content creation or influencing, I think sky is the limit. I mean, you can't even imagine it at what extent it's going to be. First of all, digital marketing and the kind of marketing that brands need nowadays, they are primarily relying on digital marketing instead of creating these TV ads, right? They're not looping in celebrities anymore. I think they're looping in
Yes.
influencers because
Hmm.
influencers are more relatable. They are somebody from your neighborhood. They are people like you. So people they connect to them. They feel that okay, somebody like me is actually recommending me this product. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's insane how huge it could be if you work through it well. So I'm definitely not there. I have a long way to go,
Hmm.
but I feel the day when I'm completely reliant on just the influence,
Hmm.
the influencer career income.
So
So right now,
being brand ambassador is like one possibility.
oh yeah, brand ambassadorship is still not very common. If you look around, not many companies are actually looping in influencers as the solo brand ambassadors.
Hmm.
They are definitely giving a lot of collaborations and opportunities, but I think when it comes to ambassadors, they are looking towards the celebrity. So I think we again have a long way to go in that. But
Hmm.
if I talk about the opportunities, big influencers are getting, I would say. When you know that this is your primary source of income and you don't have to really do anything else, this is like
Hmm.
fetching you good amount of money and people know you, I think that's when you have arrived. I mean, you don't need anything.
Great.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, lines are really blurring now. Content creators are coming up with their brands. So there's this podcaster, Raj Shamani, who launched House of X, where he's facilitating content creators
Mhm.
to launch their own brands. And you have also launched your own brand, Me Time
Right,
Aromas. So
right.
tell us something about your brand, and then we'll discuss how content creators are really leveraging their reach to build up their own product brands. Yes. So tell us about your skincare brand.
Right. Okay, so my brand's name is Me Time Aromas. It's a skincare brand, and the USP of my brand is that I make the products with natural oils, natural butters, and essential oils. So these three are the major ingredients. There are no nasties, like no colors or it's not complicated. It's very simple skincare, and I think it was a very random idea that came to me in the winters of 2020, or sorry, 2019, December
Mhm.
2019.
Mhm.
So I was out for a random stroll in a mall. Like it was a very good weather, Christmas time, and I just wanted to see those Christmas vibes. So I went out with my friend, and I saw a small like a stall kind of thing and in the mall because they had this flea market going on. So I saw these handmade products. Like if you remember Lush Cosmetics, which is no longer in operating in India, but they have very good handmade products. So I
Mhm.
saw something similar there and it kind of fascinated me a lot. Like I picked up a few things from them. I don't remember the brand name, sorry, but I picked up a few things and it looked very fascinating. So
Mhm.
which made me come back to my home and use those products definitely, and also Google that, how are these? Can we make it at home? How does this work? Basically, the entire cosmetology and uh, you
Mhm.
know this entire business. So I didn't Google it from a business perspective, but I kind of grew my interest at that time. So
Mhm.
that was December 2019, and January 2020, in a month, I found interest. I researched, I did a course, and I launched my own business in January 2020.
And then we had COVID right
Then
away
we had,
hitting
so
in.
I was coming to it.
You got more time because so many businesses just came up during this period. In fact,
Right.
even the Naira kitchenware was somewhere born during the COVID times because we had a lot of time for ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So mine was just right before COVID, and yeah, I mean, it was completely impacted because I think when I launched, I made a batch of 20 products in each segment. So say body scrubs, I had 20 body scrubs, 20 body butters, and like some, like I think total 100 products or something. And I think
Hmm.
within 10 days, I got sold out.
Wow.
Of, because also because I had a good community. I was living in a
Yes.
huge apartment community, so I was just promoting there, and also had good friends who supported. So yeah, I mean, it got sold out. The main thing is, uh, I mean, it's not a big deal when you get sold out because of a good community. But when those people come back after, even after years, they keep buying from you, then that's when you know that you're doing well. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it got sold out, but again, the COVID stuck, and then I had a lot of restrictions, like courier services were not operating properly, and people were all actually scared to, buy something and pick up something. So it got tricky.
So, what are your primary channels of sales, and how can someone buy your product? From where can the person buy?
So right now, until I launch my website, hopefully, which will be soon, I think people can come to my Instagram Me Time
Okay.
Aromas account,
Okay.
and I have a catalog in the highlights, so they can check the catalog and can ping me with their questions and orders and whatever they have.
We'll
And
be
there is
listing
also,
that in the comment section, in the description. Yeah,
yeah,
in the of this video, we'll be listing that. Yeah.
would be great. Would
Yes.
be
Yes.
great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. So that's what is happening. A lot of content creators are leveraging their reach with their own brands. Why to depend on someone else's brand? Probably after some time.
I
And
think yes,
brands
but
like me are becoming content creators. Like, I just thought a good idea to why not to speak to people of the industry and let it. And I just started this because I really wanted to interact and learn a lot of things. And I thought, let me just put it on YouTube. Why to just confine all the knowledge to myself? Yeah.
yeah, that's I think that's amazing because that's going to help a lot of people. I mean, we keep looking for. When I started out, I used to look for something like this, something similar to that somebody from the industry who could share some insights about this. So I mean, it's amazing for those people who are starting out, and you're giving all this information to them.
Yes, and any budding fashion influencer, if he or she wants to reach you out, so I would also request you to provide your email address. So if someone has any questions or
Yeah, sure,
yes, that would also will put in the description. Okay,
sure.
my last question, and after that we move to our final round. Okay,
Mhm.
how does a day in a life of a fashion influencer is like? How do you start your day, and how do you end your day?
Yeah, I think it's again depends on an individual. So for me, it's like I mean, a regular day, except I don't have to rush to office anymore. So I'm not in that rush mode. I do have a very flexible schedule for the day, and being a content creator is like being a freelancer. I mean, nobody has given you any deadline, or you don't have a timeline. Brands do give us deadlines, but we are, I mean, still a bit more flexible than what we used to have in the corporate. So yeah, I get up and I do the regular household stuff, like I go to gym, I come back and cook, and then I make a list of all the pending collaborations that I have, check my emails if I have received any new collaboration request, and then I try to shoot at least 3 to 4 times a week, depending on the flow of the brand collaborations. And apart from the collaborations, I also create my own videos, not sponsoring anything, just the regular styling videos and stuff. So 3 to 4 times a week, I usually shoot, and then it takes a lot of time to edit. So most of the day goes off in shooting and editing. And then I do have a side hustle also in the business. So dispatching orders and noting those down. So it's quite messy, to be honest. If there's no particular schedule, every day looks different.
Hmm.
Every month earnings look different, because you
Hmm.
don't you may end up getting a lot of collaboration opportunities in a certain month, and the next month you have nothing. So festive seasons are much more busy. Like we have Raksha Bandhan and all these
They're just
festivities
coming.
coming up.
Festive seasons are just coming on the way. Yes.
Yeah, so those are gonna be much more busier. Other than that, yeah, I mean, I think this you have the freedom to be more flexible, and you don't have location constraint also. So it's exciting when you go out and shoot, or you work out of cafes. Yeah, I mean, I'm liking it, to be
Nice.
honest.
One question again came up to my mind. How do you keep yourself updated with the fashion trends?
Okay, yeah, I think that's very much necessary for somebody who has started fashion blogging, because they keep changing, right? The trends keep
Yes.
changing, and you have so many new things coming up. So best way is to follow other influencers who you look up to. Like there are some people in the industry that I look up to, and of course, these pages like the Vogue fashion magazine pages, and these celebrities that what they wear in the major events like the Oscars or the Met Gala and stuff. You can have a look at those. At what kind of fabric is trending, what kind of designs are trending recently,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, I mean there are always online magazines and pages and celebrities to look up to.
Nice. Now, just one liner, my last question, and then we go to the final round. How
Yeah.
much time will it take if someone really starts today and the person is really consistent, determined, has good fashion sense, and has no plans to back out, even if he or she doesn't get initial traction quite soon? How much time will the person take to earn a lakh rupees per month through fashion, blogging?
A lakh month, I think is so. I really can't promise a timeline again. Like
Yes,
it's
yes.
quite
Again, it's
difficult.
very approximate. Yes, just for the idea for anyone jumping into this field, just an idea.
So I think it's for sure gonna take more than an year. If
Okay.
you're not like growing very rapidly and earning followers every day, if that's not the case, then it's for sure gonna like cost you at least an year. And then after that you'll start, because a lot of brands, lot of since so many influencers are working on barter, they are still trying, like even to me, a lot of brands are trying to convince me to work on barter. Just take this 1,000 rupees a product and make like 30 seconds reel. So which is not fair, but that's how it is, because there are 100 people who are standing there ready to do that with fake followers or not. Maybe they have grown organically also, but they're ready to do that. So unless we take a stand and start working on paid collaborations, all the brands or the PRs will try to loop you into the barter ones. So I would say it's gonna take time. This competition and this industry is kind of confusing, because the big creators, they're earning crores, but the small and the mid creators,
So big
it's
creators do earn in crores per year.
the huge creators who have like a million followers or
Mhm.
500K followers, they are earning a lot of money. Like for one post they charge 1 lakh to 2 lakhs rupees.
Wow. 5 lakh
Yeah,
to 10 lakh followers, if someone has, can make even a crore. So like,
they
sky
can
is the
for
limit.
sure. Sky,
Yeah.
that's why I told you. So apart from all the perks that they get, the free travel and the stays and the products, they also get a lot of money. So here, sky is the limit if you do it well. You have a good community, and you know how what kind of content do people consume.
Great. So inspiring and so nice to hear all this. Okay, coming over to the last section, the rapid fire round.
Okay,
Okay, so I'll ask you. So I'll ask you a question. You have to just answer in one word. Okay.
cool, done. Yeah,
Saris versus lehengas.
lehengas.
Great. Manish Malhotra versus Sabyasachi.
Ooh, tough one. Very tough one. I would say Sabyasachi.
Okay. High heels versus flats.
High heels. I love high heels.
Hmm. Indo-Western fusion versus pure ethnic.
Pure ethnic.
Okay. Online shopping versus in-store shopping for apparels.
Online shopping. Now,
Oh. Okay.
I was
Nice.
an offline shopping person pre-COVID, but now I've changed.
Okay. Um, the fashion icon Sonam Kapoor versus Deepika Padukone.
Deepika Padukone any day.
Okay. Prints versus solids.
Solids.
Great. Zomato versus Swiggy.
Zomato.
Right age to get married.
I think there's no right age to get married. I mean, there's no use and there's no compulsion to get married itself.
Just
Like,
answer in one word. Right age to get married. And
right
what do you
age,
think? Yes, what do you think?
right age to get married. Okay. In one word.
Without saying, जरूरी नहीं है सब शादी करें and all. Just tell me the right age. What do you think is the right age to get married?
There's no right age.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Okay. Ola versus Uber.
Uber.
Okay. Corporate versus startup.
Corporate.
Okay. Barbecue Nation versus Pind Baluchi.
Barbecue Nation.
Great. Now the last question and my favorite one. Amazon versus Flipkart.
Oops. Amazon.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shubhi. The session was so good. It didn't even felt like, we passed such a long time. And I'm sure the listeners would really love to, enjoy the conversation that we had. Also, I thoroughly loved and enjoyed every part of it.
Yeah,
Uh,
same here, Sushant. I also didn't feel that we were actually having a podcast short. It was just like like having a conversation with a friend.
that's what I started this for, to have a conversation and to learn so many things myself. Okay. Although I have really ended the questions, but still one more question for myself. What was the last kitchenware product you bought online?
Online. It's been a while. So will the coffee mugs count?
Of course, we
Yeah.
sell a lot of coffee. That is quite a kitchenware thing.
Okay, so last month I bought a couple of like coffee mugs,
Steel or like what, ceramic?
ceramic ones.
Okay, nice. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Shubhi. It was really great. Let's really have one more session soon.
Definitely.
Let's delve deeper into even more topics of influencer marketing, how to structure a brand deal, what are the deliverables like, and we'll just dwell deeper into this industry.
For sure, Sushant,
We'll do
definitely.
it again. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you so much, Shubhi. Bye. So nice to speak to you. Bye.
Same here. Bye bye.